I'm Oliver Trevena here with Young Hollywood, with the guys from the Expendables, David Zayas, Giselle Itie and Steve Austin. How are you?
Doing good.
Gotta say, a little bit threatened right now. I'm all a bit too close to Steve Austin.
I'm in my mild-mannered mode right now.
That's
I'm in
good
my
then.
non-expendable mode.
Is this guy a bit crazy?
Only between the hours of 12 and 1. Other than that, he's okay.
Like now.
He's got 2 minutes, so.
We're in the zone.
Now, I heard that a few people ended up in hospital.
There was a lot of stunt guys going to the hospital, a lot of broken ribs and some black eyes. And you know, I found out many months later that I actually broke Sly's neck during our fight scene. And there was any number of times it could have happened, but you know, it was just a case of, you know, Sly wanting the fight scenes to come off as realistic and as brutal as possible. And then also you had all of the guys who were in these fights, the Expendables plus myself, amping everything up because they wanted their stuff to stand out. Mm-hmm. And you know, since I'm a huge Sly fan going from way back, you know, when the writer and the director and the head guy, the head cheese tells you to beat him up, you beat him up. And I always took a lot of pride in being, you know, very careful with my opponent. And I didn't want to get labeled a neck breaker coming out of the Expendables, but
Especially
anyway.
Sylvester Stallone, yeah. Now, you're the only female. How was that, being around lots of testosterone?
It was perfect.
By the sounds of it, big testosterone.
It was perfect.
It was?
Yes, was. I felt so protected with them, you know. And it was so funny because all the time with my ex-boyfriend, I say, oh, take it easy, be careful, I'll call the Expendables, you know, this kind of things. And I feel so comfortable.
What was the best part of shooting the movie? Like, if you had one part, one day, your favorite?
Well, I gotta say, the day in New Orleans when we were in the compound, and I had to film the speech up in this tall canopy, and then seeing a statue of me in front of me. It was pretty surreal, and but I enjoyed that night pretty much.
So your favorite was seeing a statue of yourself, basically.
It was interesting, yeah, because it was like looking at it. I only saw the back part of it, which I don't know.
How'd you look from the back? Good?
I looked pretty hot, yeah.
Okay, cool.
For me, the waterboarding scene.
Yes. Very impressive.
Yes.
Must have been difficult.
Yes, I love it. And when I asked to Sly, please, I really want to do 100% the scene. The beginning was hard, and then he said, okay, do it. So for me, it was so special because I studied for the scene.
It was a challenge.
Yes,
You like a challenge?
Exactly.
Good.
It was a huge challenge.
Young man?
Difficult scene?
Or your favorite?
Oh, favorite? Probably fighting with Sly for 2 days, which was also difficult because he's a very intense individual. At the end of the day, I have not seen the fight scene yet, but I think it's going to be one that I'm very proud of.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to break his neck, let's hope so, because you don't want to go back and do that again.
I got to leave my mark.
You did leave your mark. Thankfully, you didn't leave your mark on me, and I'm going to wrap that up before you do, because I can see you've got that look in your eye of weirdness now.